North Korean leader Kim Jong Un has paid tribute to Pyongyang soldiers killed in Russia's Kursk region. In a rare video footage released in North Korean state-run media, Kim Jong Un is seen solemnly placing a North Korean flag over a coffin during a ceremony to repatriate the remains of North Korean soldiers who died fighting for Russia. The North Korean leader could not hold back tears. The ceremony marked the first acknowledgement that North Korean armed forces have suffered fatalities in Russia-Ukraine war. North Korea also held a ceremonial event to mark the first anniversary of the signing of the Comprehensive Strategic Partnership Treaty with Russia. Kim Jong Un attended the event alongside Russian Minister of Culture Olga Lyubimova. A performance took place against a backdrop depicting North Korean and Russian soldiers on the front line, as well as Russians holding the flags of both countries. When footage showed North Korean soldiers who participated in the recapture of the Kursk region, the audience stood up to honor the fallen warriors and show respect to the living. People in the audience were shown wiping away tears. This is the first time the state-run media have released photos of North Korean soldiers who were sent to Russia. Meanwhile, Pyongyang authorities revealed that Kim Jong Un had approved operational plans for North Korean troops in Russia's Kursk region and ordered attacks between October 22 and December 22, 2024. North Korea sent around 15,000 soldiers to fight in Russia's war of invasion since last autumn. It has suffered about 4,700 casualties, including 600 deaths, South Korean authorities said in April.
It is not permissible to destroy the Shaheeds on F-16 aircraft since these aircraft were created to perform completely different tasks. This opinion was voiced on air by the president of the Ukrainian Aviation Association of Pilots and Aircraft Owners, AOPA Ukraine, Gennady Kazan. Destroying a Shahed-type UAV on F-16 aircraft is the same as using an electron microscope to hammer a nail into a wall. It is unacceptable to use such aircraft of this type, which should perform completely different tasks, to destroy Shaheeds, Kazan believes. According to him, firstly, it is a waste of resources of the missiles that are installed on the F-16, because the F-16 missiles are designed to destroy large aircraft, Kazan emphasized. Although, as the expert noted, the Shaheeds are now being hunted using onboard guns installed on the F-16, there is another point here. This is a single-engine aircraft, and if debris hits it after an explosion or destruction of the target, hitting a cloud of debris is a 99-to-1 probability that this will lead to, at a minimum, damage and engine shutdown. And the aircraft is single-engine, so something will have to be done. Forced landing is not allowed here, so the pilot must eject. This means that other types of aircraft must be used to destroy such a danger as the Shaheeds, but we do not have them available, Kazan commented. In particular, we are talking about the Tucano attack aircraft and other turboprop aircraft. Earlier, military expert Yuri Mikulyak also expressed the opinion that it is ineffective to use F-16 fighters to shoot down Shahids. According to him, it is very expensive and dangerous. Ukraine is using Western fighters to repel massive combined attacks by the Russians, in particular on the night of June the 29th. Ukrainian Lieutenant Colonel and F-16 pilot Maxim Ustimenko was killed while performing a mission. He was a first-class pilot. As reported by the Ukrainian Air Force, the pilot used the entire range of onboard weapons, shot down 7 air targets, and during the last one, his plane was damaged and began to lose altitude. Ustimenko diverted the plane away from the populated area but did not have time to eject. In the north, Slobozansky direction towards the city of Sumy, Ukrainian defense forces continue to carry out counter-offensive operations. This was reported by Vadim Misnik, spokesperson for the Joint Forces Operation Siversk. He noted that Russian troops are conducting assaults using infantry groups while the use of motorized equipment has noticeably decreased. Sometimes they use small vehicles, such as ATVs and motorcycles, but recently we have seen a decline in the use of these means of transport. However, the infantry tactics themselves are also ineffective. This is noticeable, so the Russians have to operate with artillery support, but mostly they rely on air support, he added. Vadim Misnik also reported that over the past day, injuries and deaths of civilians were recorded in the Sumy and Chernihiv regions. These are areas where we are pushing the enemy back. They have to regroup and replenish. There are Russian soldiers stationed there who also fought in the Kursk region. They are probably rotating through their 5th or 6th supply point as our troops are constantly destroying them, said Vadim Misnik. The spokesperson for the Joint Forces Operation Siversk also emphasized that within their area of responsibility, the Russian army is not conducting large-scale mechanized assaults. No, we do not see that. We identify the Russians in time and destroy them. I also want to note that strikes deep into Russian territory are also having an impact. We detect such strikes in the Bryansk and Kursk regions targeting command posts, concentrations of equipment and personnel, places where they stockpile ammunition and fuel, as well as all these electronic warfare and electronic intelligence systems. Our forces are destroying them to the maximum extent, said Vadim Misnik. The Russians don't really have the opportunity to start anything new right now. The summer offensive will just be a continuation of what they did in the spring, Angelika Evans, a Russia analyst at the Institute for the Study of War, told. In the Sumy direction, Russian troops seem to have stopped completely, journalists write. According to Ukrainian military analyst Pavlo Narozny, Russia's main target in the region was Yunakovka, located directly on the road that connects Russia with the center of Sumy. If Russia manages to capture the city, he says, it will be a catastrophe for Ukraine. The forest leads directly to the city of Sumy, so if they manage to get artillery into Yunakovka and into the forest, they will be able to reach the city of Sumy with artillery, Narozny explained. The Russian offensive has largely stalled, although the occupiers have an advantage in manpower and drones. But as a high-ranking Ukrainian officer who is fighting in the Kupiansk direction told the publication, the Russian infantry is very poorly trained, if trained at all. As for Donetsk, the publication emphasized that if Russian troops are able to take Konstantinovka, this will pave the way for them, which will bring Russia closer to control over the entire Donbass. But, the article notes, given the current pace of the Russian offensive and the poor training of their fighters, this is unlikely.